Hey everybody, a spontaneous live stream. Surprise, surprise. We are going to give it a minute or two here to send out notifications to let people know that I am live because, like I just said, completely spontaneous. So we'll give it a minute or two here. We'll see if anyone tunes in. I know Captain Jack Scrapper is going live in half an hour, so there might be some people lingering around. If not, we will jump in here in just another minute or two. Today's live stream is basically just going to be kind of checking in, just a little friendly check-in. And I will probably turn this post or this live stream to members only afterwards. I see Linda is checking in here. Welcome, Linda. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I figured why not? I just got off work. Captain's live in a half hour. Let's try to squeeze one in. And I could just give you guys some updates on how I'm doing, how Rocky's doing, because I realized that I haven't really done that since I got back from Peru, and we did have some health issues with Rocky, so a little bit more on that later. Starting out here as we kind of give it our minute to see if anyone else swings by and gets a notification. Can you hear me okay, Linda? It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I just want to make sure that my microphone and everything is working as it properly should. We will give it a minute here. So Linda confirms that all is good. Thank you, Linda. So we will stop in. Diane's actually stopping in. Thank you, Diane. Good timing. Welcome in. Yeah, so we are going to keep this short and sweet. As you guys know, Captain Jack is live at the top of the hour here. So spontaneous, short, sweet, just update you guys on what's going on in my life and how Rocky is doing here. So unfortunately, upon coming back from Peru, I did have COVID. Some of you might have seen that post, and I'm doing a lot better. This time around, it wasn't too bad. There was one day, and it was very weird. I started getting symptoms on a Thursday before we left because there's a lot of flights. You guys will. I'm going to be doing a guide to visiting Machu Picchu in the future because the logistics of it is insane. But long story short, there's a flight in Peru that you have to take. And that's when I kind of started first noticing my symptoms because my ears were clogged. They weren't popping. I see Linda. I just want to press pause here. When will you resume your weekly live streams? I honestly don't know. So part of the reason I'm actually doing this live stream right now is because I do work a basketball game tomorrow. 2 basketball games actually. So I'm not available to post a video tomorrow or do a live stream. Now I thought, you know what? I could probably quickly throw together a video. But one, it's going to be rushed. And 2, if I can't be there for the premiere, do I want to post a video? I could, but what I'm going for here, hear me out, is we will post a video after Captain Jack on Saturday night. So that gives me the rest of this week to put together something without feeling rushed. And Saturday, I'm not working any basketball for once, so I'll be able to relax, finish anything if it needs to be finished, and then we can do that after Captain Jack on Saturday. As for the live streams, they're always nice to chat and talk with everyone, but at this point in time, I really don't think my schedule is going to be reliable. um, for many different reasons. Part of it, I'm still grieving. You still have that side of things. The other part of it is going in and knowing that my seasonal depression typically hits around this time of year, February, March, and it usually lingers for a month, month and a half. So, considering that stuff, considering that, I'm starting to get applications for residence in the fall, I'm trying to prep everything for the fall. A lot of that stuff is also going to start taking up my time, so I don't have as much free time. We see Nancy stopping in the house. Welcome, Nancy. Thank you for stopping in. Basically, Nancy, to give you a short rundown here, I won't be doing a video or live stream tomorrow due to a basketball game, 2 basketball games. So I'm going to post a video after Captain Jack's Saturday night. And we're just discussing that I really don't know how frequently I will do live streams like this. I definitely don't want to say it's a weekly thing. Um, a lot of it is just schedule, the grieving. Maybe I won't, but I usually get seasonal depression this time of year. Trying to think about all of that. I don't want myself to get burnt out. And I just want to make sure that I'm really crossing my T's and dotting my I's and taking care of everything. Because since losing my grandparents, it's kind of been a game of catch up. And I feel like I'm constantly behind, especially in work right now. And I'm just trying to get caught up and get back on my feet. And that's part of why, too, Peru, I don't want to fly again. Like, I'm not going to be taking any more trips for a while. I've had my aunt, I've had my dad. Hey, let's take a trip out west. Let's go. I can't. I don't want to. I can't. I just want to get back into my normal routine. And I just want to get back to the swing of things here. So I don't want to feel pressured to do YouTube. The other side of that being the YouTube pressure, you guys are always understanding. It's not you guys at all. You've always been understanding. You've always been very patient. But, YouTube, you jump through hoops to get monetized too. And I've talked about it how many times over the years where I've thought about giving up and I never did. And here we are, we're monetized now, and I'm sitting here and I'm going, all of that for not much. Don't get me wrong, like Nancy, love ya. Thank you for being a member. Absolutely appreciate it. It helps balance the cost of things. You can see the StreamYard logo on the screen now. I just figured I'm not going to pay a couple $100 every year for that. It's not worth it. I'm really trying to think of that too from a financial standpoint now. Because part of it is too, I was told that my business needs to start making a profit, whether that's YouTube, my book, my photography, Walmart deliveries, eBay. Regardless, my business as a whole needs to start having a profit, which last year we did. And I need to maintain that now. Otherwise, we're going to have some problems. So I really need to start thinking about it in that way as well. And yeah, there's a certain pressure to it when you're constantly, I need to get a video uploaded. I need to do this. I need to find something to talk about. And I really don't want to do that. Where today, you know what? There's a couple of things I could talk about. I could talk about this. I could talk about how Rocky had a health scare and update you on him. I had COVID. I could update you guys. I'm feeling better. I'm back in the swing of things. My symptoms there. I was allergic to gluten or something for a while. I think I mentioned that, but I don't even know at this point. So I think that's what my live streams are going to kind of look like moving forward now. It's going to be a more rare occurrence, and it'll be to an extent when I know I have things to share with you guys. There are some live streams that I have planned that I'm working on right now where I want to get like my buddy from Peru. I don't want to say who it is in particular yet, but there's somebody from Peru that was on the trip with me. Great person, super energetic, love it. And I know they would love to do a live stream, so I'd love to have them as a guest at some point and have them share with you what the trip was kind of like. So there are some stuff going on in the background. We still will do the live streams. I just don't think they will be weekly. And in regard to that, it's because I have a lot of stuff coming up here. I keep looking this way. Give me a second here. I keep looking this way because I have a calendar here. And on it is a bunch of stuff, like content, videos, ideas. So you have the live stream I was just talking about. I went for a four-wheeler ride down in Peru, and I filmed the whole thing on my GoPro. Absolutely stunning views, absolutely beautiful. I want to do a video on that. I want to make a guide to help people. How do you visit Machu Picchu? There's a lot of logistics to that. So I want to share that at some point. And then I filmed a lot of like getting tours of the cities. So I want to do a video visiting Lima and Cusco, visiting the Secret Valley, New Year's at Machu Picchu. What did I do during my free time in Peru? And then do a live stream talking about the overall trip. If you have any questions, if there's anything like that, kind of answering that stuff. Fast forwarding into March. I also want to do, I've always wanted to do this for a couple years, do a review on EF Ultimate Break. That is the tour group I've gone through for all 3 of my international trips for Europe, Kenya, and Peru. Now, for probably about 5 years, I had heard of them, but I never pulled the trigger because I was terrified that they were not a legit company. I thought they were a scam. And hearing from people like me who had been on trips and was like, oh, it's definitely not a scam and it's the greatest thing ever. I really want to be able to help other people with that. And Linda's agreeing that the guide is a great idea. It might get a lot of views over time. It's stuff like that. The evergreen videos. Part of that's that. I want to create content that is really meaningful and helpful. And I kind of laugh because I know in a way it sounds like I'm changing things like Nate. But at the same time, this is kind of how the channel's always been. The live streams only really picked up because I was trying to get my hours. And, you know, you do got to maintain those hours to be monetized. But when you are sitting like me and I'm talking about how I don't know the next time I'm going to be on a trip, well, how often am I going to have stuff to talk about for a full hour? I don't think I'll have that every single week. And then I want to launch after March. I mean, and there's stuff going on. Like we've always done a birthday live stream for me. Do we do a birthday live stream again? That's going to postpone things as well. And that's going to, you know, if I have a birthday live stream one day, maybe I post a video on Saturday. Linda says she's looking forward to the 4-wheeler ride video. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. And I think that might even be Saturday's video. Because that's kind of what I was aiming for tomorrow. But then I realized I was working and I want to be able to put some good music on it. And I just want it to be peaceful. There's a comment by Lucky. I don't know how many people saw it, but I posted a video and I dedicated it to my grandma Shar. And Lucky's comment, I just want to read it for a moment because that video is one of my favorites. Because while I did not get to film that moment in the moment, I think I still did a great job really trying to portray it. Um, and Lucky said, "This is absolutely beautiful, Kobe. I'm sitting here in tears. Although I also got a chuckle out of the salsa dance. Your grandma would be proud and was very much with you." And just the fact that, I'm sitting here in tears, although I got a chuckle out of the dance, that is what I'm going for. That to not sit down and we have these friendly conversations and everything, but I want you to be engaged too. I want you to feel that special moment as much as I did a little bit, to get a sliver of that and be teary eyed, or to see me doing a salsa dance and chuckling. And man, do I got some bloopers. So, that might even be a video at some point. Salsa dancing bloopers. But all of this stuff I want to do as a premiere. So just because I'm not doing live streams doesn't mean we won't be engaging anymore. I always want to do it as premieres. And that's why tomorrow, since I'm working basketball, I don't want to post because I will not be in the chat. I will not be live. I won't be able to engage with you. Could I post it? Sure. Some people aren't able to make it to the live streams or the live premieres anyway. But for those that do tune in, I want to be able to be there with you guys. So the other thing too is looking at April and May. I'm going to start finishing my book here. Like this month, I plan to have my second book fully written. The book is going to be done. I have to edit, I have to format, etc., etc. But I want to be able to write it all by the end of this month. So then we're going to kick off a new segment. So it's going to be a segment on reflections. So we're going to do like a book dedication ceremony. I'm going to reach out to who I'm dedicating the book to and see if they're available and if they're willing to come up on camera and, do a live stream with me. And just kind of talk about the book dedication and talk about what the book's about and why I'm dedicating the book to them. And then I want to reflect on stuff too, like, because this book is, the book name is called The Journey. It's all about the journey. So, like, Captain Jack just went back to Slab City, and there was a lot of people that were saying, watch Kobe's Slab City videos. They're great. He does a good job describing them, and those were a hit. The one video skyrocketed, and in my opinion, went viral, and it's got like 10,000 views. It was so cool just starting YouTube. And talking about that, it was the first video that I made that really went viral, and just stuff like that. Talking about Route 66, reflecting on my times in Slab City and looking back on some of my first videos, because a lot of you joined me later on after I met Nate, for example. So at that point, my Nomad adventures were kind of coming to an end. So I don't know how many people have actually gone back and rewatched but watched some of my original content. I want to find a way to take that old content, create some newer, better content out of it while reflecting on my journey up into this new book. And I want to post videos too, like talking about how do I format my books? How do I publish them? I get questions about that all the time. I want to post some videos like that. I see Linda saying travelers might enjoy an audio book version. I want to look into stuff like that too, where do I make an audio book version? And if you're a member, a certain level member on this channel, you get an audiobook version for free. And there's some smaller books. Like I might do a live stream at some point. I made a thriller when I was first learning how to publish. Very short thriller. Do I read that book to you guys? And I don't think I've ever done that before. Maybe somebody, if you know, comment and let me know if I've done that before. But I can read through it and tell you guys that story. Yeah, and just reflecting on my journey. That's what this next segment is going to be. I will go put this calendar back on the wall. Give me 30 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, so I see Linda saying I started watching when you went kayaking with Jack and Nate. So there might be a lot of stuff. I don't know how far back you've gone, Linda. Like, did you watch my video, for sake of example, about me skipping my graduation, my college graduation, to go to Yellowstone National Park? Now, that stuff's a little more recent, so it's better quality versus some of my very first uploads. But being able to sit down and share that with people that have joined me. I mean, and see, Linda says she has not seen that. So you've probably heard me talk about it maybe at some point. But being able to reflect on those journeys and share those crucial moments up to the release of this book, because while I'm doing that in the background, I'm going to be formatting it. I'm going to have it proofread, all of that stuff. And right now I'm aiming to publish the book July 1st, because that is when I published my first one. So, I see Buddy. Yep, Buddy's been around for a long time. Thank you for tuning in, Buddy. It's always nice to see you. I'm always thinking about you when I don't see you. It's always been a while. I started watching you when you were at the slabs. I wanted to make sure you didn't stay for good. So, for example, Buddy, you've been watching me since those videos at Slab City. For example, you'll know exactly what I mean here. A lot of my videos originally were me just talking, me doing what I'm doing right now. It didn't show a lot of this is what Slab City looks like and this and that. And I've learned a lot more about editing and B-roll now, where I could kind of do those things. And the other thing, and it might even be from you, Buddy, someone suggested it way back then. I used to film like this, up and down, whatever that is, vertical, horizontal. I always forget. I get them mixed up all the time. Up and down. I always record it up and down. So you've seen over the years, Buddy, how the quality from this to this can make a very big difference. So sharing that stuff, reflecting on my journey through. Ooh, you have my first book. I hope you liked it, Buddy. Thank you for purchasing it. Yeah, the second book will be coming out July 1st of this year. So I cannot wait to finish writing it this month and then getting that formatted and just proofread. And wow, it's these next couple months, you guys, game changing. Busy, busy, busy. I can't wait. I mean, we've come a long way. So outside of that, as I mentioned, we did have a little bit of a health scare with Rocky. Rocky, can you come in here? Can you come on up, bud? You come up. Hi, buddy boy. So he's doing a lot better now. But he had a really bad stomach infection, it turns out, and we're not entirely sure what caused it. So at one point, I brought him in. We had all this medical work done, and he had to be sedated, unfortunately. And man, you guys, it was bad. It was so bad. Like, he was not eating his food, he was not drinking, and this was going on for like a day and a half, 2 days, and he starts throwing up, and he's throwing up blood, and I've never seen that before. So he was throwing up blood. I rush him up to Ashland to the vet, an hour away, and he gets in there. We have to sedate him because he doesn't like the sound of the X-ray machine. And I'm trying to think of the process here. I just gave your first book to my niece to read. I'll let you know what she thinks. Thank you for sharing that with her, Nancy. Thank you. Please, absolutely keep me updated. It's just so cool to me. Like, not a bestseller by any means, but to say I've sold almost 50 books and I've given away books. I just donated another one to our local library because over the last month, our campus has been doing fundraisers. And just to hear stuff like that, Nancy got my book. Now she's passing it on to her niece. Yeah, that thought will never not be mind-blowing to me, and it really means a lot. So yes, it was very scary for us. We get there, and he had to be sedated, and that was a whole thing. So when it was all said and done, I've probably spent $1,200 to $1,300 on all of Rocky's medical stuff. It was a lot. And it was to the point where people were even starting to question, like, are you able to pay for this? Are you able to do the emergency fees? So it was kind of reaching that point, and I will do whatever is needed. I will do what's necessary. But that day they gave me 5 medications, and they sent him home with me against their judgment at first. At first, they wanted to hold him overnight. That's the kind of condition he was in, you guys. And I hate to say it, but personally, I kind of wish they did. That was my first instinct, and we'll get to why in a moment. But yeah, they sent him with me because they thought he would be more comfortable with me and be more comfortable at home. So we brought him back, and I spent the day. I took the days off. I took days off work again. So I'm sure you guys can imagine why I'm constantly playing a game of catch up with 3 grandparents passing, my vehicle breaking down, dental work. Oh yeah, did I mention I had to get a bunch of dental work, guys? 4 fillings because I was having some tooth pain. I had some 3rd row teeth. Long story short, because we're running out of time here, I have to get a wisdom tooth pulled, and I need to get one of the 3rd row teeth that was missed originally. I need to get that pulled. So we had that I had to pay for. I had to take time off for Rocky. And the 5 meds, that was complicated by itself. I accidentally made 2 mistakes where I should have gave him 2 of a certain pill, and I only gave him 1 because I'm not used to give. It was a mess. But speed along here. We got 2 minutes. Rocky got home, and that night he was just miserable all day. He was acting like he was going to vomit, but he wasn't. His stomach was hard, so they were starting to panic, thinking that he might have a twisted stomach. And for those who don't know, most of the time when you have a twisted stomach, unfortunately, the dog does have to be put to sleep. So I was really scared for a while there. We're going through all of this stuff. He makes it through the night, but he ended up having bloody diarrhea through the night. Oh my God. It was the worst smell I have ever smelt in my life. And it was in this suite for 2-3 days. I could not get rid of that smell. And I do not have a stomach. So trying to clean up his stuff made it so I was throwing up. Horrible. So we bring him back. We get some other medications, and here we are 2 weeks past that now. He's 100%. He's eating his food again, so Rocky is all better. But we did have a scare, and I just learned again that, I am not ready to make that call. That is going to be the hardest decision of my life when that moment comes. I've had pets my entire life, but with Rocky, it is a whole different ball game, and I'm Captain is live already. Yeah, I'm scared, but I see, like I said, that Captain is live here. Rocky is doing better. I'm doing better. We're trying to work a little bit extra covering basketball games and stuff to help pay for his bills. So that's what's going on. No live stream tomorrow. I will do a video premiere Saturday after Captain Jack, and I am going to take this link and post it here. Let's all head over and raid Captain Jack Scrapper. Thank you guys for tuning in.